Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, welcome to another edition of Oilers Fan Reaction Live. Game 68. Utah Hockey Club is in Edmonton to take on the Oilers. This will be the third game of their meetings. The Oilers have won both the regular games, 4-3 and 4-1, combined 8-4 the scores. You combine the both scores together, I should say. Oilers in their last 6. Yes, I'm not going to go last 10, last 5. I'm going to go with the last 6. Are 4-2. Utah in the last 6 are 3-3. So you tell me, please, who the better team is. Also, Calvin Pickard will get the net tonight. Derek Ryan got called up from Bakersfield early this morning. Hyman will be in the lineup. Ekholm will be in the lineup for all those worried souls. Few other games on the schedule tonight as well. Yeah, you are losing to the Flames. This is correct. So, not to sound like a complete a-hole, but yes, definitely losing to the Flames is not a good look. Other games I'm going to be keeping an eye on are the Blues Predators game, because that has implications, and the Jets Canucks game later on this evening. Apparently, Rangers gotta rebuild. Hi. I wouldn't go that far, but something definitely is not smelling kosher in the Big Apple. Frick, Nashville, you suck some sort of ass. I don't want to watch the Sportsnet link, thank you very much. I actually want to watch the Utah Hockey Club link. Perfect. Alright, good folks and good people. Hi friends, how's everybody doing? Again, my name is Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. Thank you for being here. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying life. Not taking life too serious. Gene Principe looking good. Oilers back at home, looking for some home cooking.
I have to tell you, wonderful city, and then of course New York. So nice they named it twice. But
So nice they named it twice. We got 2 victories in the New York City.
tomorrow, and the Oilers certainly know what they can do now that they're at home. I'm trying to top it off by the road trip. They spend their money, they come support, they cheer.
City's so nice, they named it twice.
Look at these people, they love it. So home sweet home for Edmonton, and then I love it, the little celebration at the end to say thank you to the fans.
Second, I'll be right back.
Okay, he's got a lovely wife, Ida. He's got kids, Maya, Leon, and William. And they love having Dad around. But at some point, Dad, husband has to go back to work. And that guy's this guy. He's feeling right at Echo. He's got his spot back. I mean, Chris Knobloch this morning, the list of things that this guy does is amazing for the Edmonton Oilers. In essence, he does everything and does it well. And despite the fact he was out of the lineup, they're so happy to have him back. And he did not join them on the road trip, instead staying home to make sure he was ready. Now, Utah, this is an interesting story, right? Moved to Salt Lake and trying to get this club going after being in Arizona. They're hoping to bring something home with them. And that would be a playoff spot. But before they get to that, they'd just be happy to get 2 points, because then they go home to take on Buffalo. And you see how tight it is and how much every game means so much to each of these teams. I don't think Minnesota's catchable, but after that, you never know who's going to end up there. I know 2 other guys who are homesick. While you make yourself at home there, they make themselves at home in the broadcast booth. Here's Louis DeBrusque and Jackman.
Hey, you didn't think Edmonton had a chance to reel in Vegas when they were sitting 7 points back 48 hours ago. Win tonight, and all of a sudden Edmonton is 2 points out of the division lead. And they do get Matthias Ekholm back, Louis. The Oilers went 4-2 without him. It didn't come easy, but then again, what has this year? So when you look at the last 2 months where the Oilers have had to fight for every point they've managed, what jumps out at you?
Well, resilience. This is a team, obviously, we've seen the last 4 or 5 years how well they've finished the season. They have an internal timetable. They know when it's time to ratchet things up, and they find ways to win games, and it's starting to happen again. Nugent Hopkins against Buffalo with a late finish. Great job by him to finish that one. Connor McDavid with a beautiful pass over, and the one-timer by Brown in overtime. Against this team, this is a team that knows how to ratchet it up and find wins in hard times. And it has been hard times. It's been a grind. 1-goal games, 31 this season. They've won 18 of them. There's Draisaitl's last overtime win against the Islanders, assisted by Calvin Pickard and Connor McDavid. But this is a team that knows how to ride the wave into the playoffs. They're doing it once again.
Calvin Pickard in the foreground, leading the Oilers out tonight. He'll be opposed by Karel Vejmelka as it's Edmonton, Utah. The Oilers looking for a sweep of the season series. The Oilers and the Utah Hockey Club from Rogers Place. Straight ahead on Sportsnet.
Rogers Oilers Hockey on Sportsnet. Brought to you by Rogers Xfinity game-changing internet. Stream, share, and score big with Canada's most reliable internet. And by Molson, official beer sponsor of the Edmonton Oilers. Whether it's Canadian, Ultra, Export, or Excel, there's a Molson with your name on it. Must be legal drinking age.
Oh no. Don't go there. Don't go there. No, run. You're so cute.
Okay, I think I got it.
What if I crash through the window?
That's genius.
From business
Excellent.
to taking care of business, Rogers Xfinity Internet changes everything. At Rona, we're big on projects.
Hurry up, the game's about to start. Coming.
And we're also big on games. Rona, proud partner of the Oilers.
Wow, what a gorgeous shot of the capital of Alberta. And when the Edmonton Oilers are playing, whether it's here or anywhere in the West, especially at Rogers Place, I mean, they love playing the teams that they have to be in order to make themselves viable as a playoff team and potentially first in the Pacific Division. Hockey on the way, but first, here's Al Stafford.
Sorry, I have my jersey down here. Apparently not.
And now, fans feeling at home across oil country and here in Rogers Place, we ask you to please stand if you're able, remove your hats, and join Corella Cummings in a performance of the American and Canadian national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air. Yeah, it proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Well, after 6 full nights in New York City, the Edmonton Oilers flew home late after their Sunday night victory over the New York Rangers by a count of 3-1. Took yesterday in the ring, knowing they open a 4-game
Calvin
homestand
Pickard
against
gets in there
teams
tonight.
that are looking to solidify playoff position.
Calvin Pickard
And
is your
that man,
starter.
Calvin Pickard should feel awfully confident after a terrific
They're saving
outing
Skinner
on
for
Long Island
Winterpeg
Friday night.
on
The assist
Thursday.
On the game winner, oh, by the way, 25 saves and a 2-1 win over the New York Islanders. He also beat Utah back in November.
There's
Toronto
also other
Delta
reasons
was the
that
opposing
if you've been paying
goaltenders that
attention
night,
to
and he's making his 11th
Edmonton
straight
news,
start.
you would
Utah
know,
Hockey Club
but
with Connor Ingram out and inexperienced Jackson Stauber, the backup, he's going to be the guy if Utah qualifies for the postseason.
It is what it
Jeff
is.
Skinner, for only the 4th time this
How's everybody
year,
doing
Louis,
tonight?
starts a game with Connor McDavid on his line. Zach Hyman returns after a 1-game hiatus. And
good
we're set to
evening,
go
everybody. My
with
name
the
is Matt for
Oilers
Oilers Fan
and the
Reaction.
Utah
Hopefully
Hockey
everybody's having a
Club,
good night.
who check in 6-2-2 in their last 10. You've got McDavid.
We are underway.
Teeing up.
The Oilers win the faceoff, dump it into the Utah zone.
At home, back in the lineup after a 6-game absence with Evan Bouchard in front of
If you guys missed it, the Oilers are 4-2 in their last 6 games. Utah is 3-3. Both teams are coming off W's. Utah beating Vancouver and the Oilers beating the Rangers.
Jack was the fact that he says by this time of the season he's comfortable playing with everyone.
Skinner takes a shot right on cue, and that's
Lineup is Jeff Skinner, McDavid, Hyman,
He said everybody should feel that way at this
Perry,
point in the season. He
Draisaitl,
does. He's
Brown.
grinding. He was really noticeable in the game versus New York Giants.
Podkolzin, Hopkins, Arvidsson. Good evening. How's it going, Dry? Ekholm, Henrique, Kapanen, Janmark. Ekholm, Bouchard, Woolman, Nurse.
Road trip as a whole, to be honest with you. Corey Perry will look it in for Edmonton. He scored his 15th goal of the season to open
Kulak,
the
Stetcher.
And here's Perry dropping it off for Leon Draisaitl.
Draisaitl behind the net.
At scoring 50 for a 4th season.
Shot blocked, rebound, comes back out to Nurse.
He got it
Nurse goes around one. Nurse goes around two. Shot saved by
the right-handed
Valinka.
Nurse starts
How's
with
it
Wolf
going,
on his
everybody?
right side, playing his offside with Ty Emberson coming out of the lineup as Jeff Skinner getting an opportunity here on the first shift.
Yeah, good entry into the zone here by Edmonton. Good recovery of pucks, and that shot there through a screen of Zach Hyman, handled by Valinka. This is a solid move by Darnell Nurse in attacking this. Utah team will collapse back into the zone. Little fake of a shot opens up a lane wide for Nurse, and he takes it. Another solid save.
Oh, the
by
small
Valinka,
things.
and that'll be important tonight for Edmonton.
Trying to
He's
fight a
activating,
cold
getting
here,
up and
Pete's.
taking their opportunities.
Shot heading wide of the
Valinka,
net,
another
taken
shot
by
and
Troy
save.
Stetcher, and that was gloved by
Come on,
Valinka.
man.
Some late contact involving Jack McBain.
Yeah, and Kesselbrink was in there too, and Bud Colson given a little bit of a shove back as well. Not going to take a little bit of a bulldozing in front of the net. So early on, some physicality.
I swear to my God, if I have to answer any more Broberg Holloway questions from the media and the fans.
Utah coming off a 3-1 decision over Vancouver on Sunday.
Enough.
The Oilers by the same score of the Rangers. Winning the last two through New York State after dropping the first two. Kesselring drafted by Edmonton to Josh Doan.
Josh Doan's son of Shane Doan is in the lineup for the Utah Hockey Club, otherwise known as the Arizona Coyotes.
Was located in Arizona. Jumped up and scored.
I wouldn't mind seeing Utah make the playoffs, but that would mean Vancouver, Calgary would miss.
Ahead. Kapanen did not get his stick on.
That's icing against the Oilers. 17:58 left in the first period. 3-0 shots for the
Pretty
Oilers.
solid line and a big line for him with McBain, with Lawson Krause and Josh Doan.
A whole lot going on around here.
Josh's dad on the line too with the Arizona Coyotes, so kind of a familiar player and name that he's used to playing with. 91 instead of 19. This is a good chance for Doan. Right in the high slot with McBain right in front. Three big guys that can cycle the puck down low. Scored a big goal the other night in Vancouver in that win. And pushing.
Let's go Coyotes. Let's go Adam. How you been, my friend? How's Nikki doing?
And a son. I mean, it's not like Lawson Krause is some tired in the whole veteran. I mean,
the crazy thing for Doan, he played 21 years.
Yes, there you go. You bridge a lot of generations.
It's incredible. Isn't
Also,
it?
in case you guys didn't know, they're having the GM winter meetings right now in Florida. Day one was today. Lots of highlights to talk about. Lots of things that they want to talk about that they're kind of skittish on talking about.
Here's Kapanen around Sergachev to the net.
Kapanen puts the net high and wide. Breakaway for Kapanen, throws it high and wide. We're a little too early for the CFL football season, my friend. But that would have been good field goal. 3 points.
Is that to your relief?
I would have loved to see him play against Doan.
Here's a blast by Ekholm, and that's climbed off the boards.
Ekholm puts it in deep for Skinner. Skinner wraps it to McDavid. McDavid looking back for Skinner. Shot save!
Right to the chest of Valinka by Zach Hyman, who kind of intimated to us, Louis, could have
Like it.
against New York, but kind of saving his game.
She's doing good, Dan. She's doing good.
Just making sure that you're doing the right things to
Her and her family are at the game, I believe. Diane would know more than I would, but that's awesome, Dan. Like, we do tell her every day that we miss her and we're thinking of her, and hopefully she's doing well. Yes, shots are 4-0 for the Oilers. 16:48 left in the first period. Lots of time left, as people would say.
Face-off won by Barrett Hayton, who's picked up his game as of late. Big reason why Utah's been resurgent.
The 2-9-9-0-2-8 combination. Keep an eye on that moving forward. I think this could be a good secondary playoff line. What would be a good first playoff line is Kane, Hyman, and McDavid. Followed up by this line and a third line of Hopkins, Frederic, and Jones. Two quick shots by Utah there. Two quick saves by Picard.
Joined the Oilers for their 2023 playoff run. Here he turns it over to Leon Draisaitl.
That's awesome. I miss Shaner. I really do miss him.
The second-year man, Kesselring
I have the utmost respect for him and his family.
Over at the Edmonton line. Victor Arvidsson in the game winner in New York to Pekosen, his shot blocked. Nugent Hopkins, beautiful sauce across the Stitcher, fakes the drive, out wide, looks for a centering pass, tipped in front. Nugent Hopkins and Pekosen unable to finish, and Cooley bringing it the other way. Scored the game-winning goal against Vancouver.
Oh, there's a cross check and a half there. Good Lord, let him play. I love it. I like that. Yeah, I know Shane Doan, his mom and dad, fairly well. As a young delinquent, I went to a ranch that his family owns here in Alberta.
Almost 25 and a half per game, and boy, he had a tough year.
As a young delinquent.
People weren't sure what kind of form he would return to. Well, Utah's ecstatic. Yeah, he's
Shots are 4-1 for the Oilers.
Lawson Krause, beautiful feed. McBain, a shot denied, rebound ripped, and Krause had it blocked.
15 minutes left to go in the first period.
The last couple of years.
Here comes Kapanen again. Oh, he's got some speed tonight.
Originally drafted by Edmonton, never signed with the Oilers. He's in the McDavid draft, 6th rounder in 2015. McBain. Lead pass, right-hand side, Kappa. Oilers that year in rounds 4, 5, and 6.
She was sick for a while there, Dal.
All of them significant time in the NHL, but they never got Moreno under contract.
She was very under the weather, and that'll be ice. Oh, sorry, offside against the Oilers. She's a English, my first language. She's a season ticket holder for the Oilers, her and her family. So,
tap in for him, and then off the rush, you can see McBain late. Kind of gets lost in the shuffle, but that quick acceleration finds himself alone in the sharp angle, the rebound right out to Krause.
Well, it all depends, Munchie. Did you bet on the game? And how much are you betting for the Oilers to win? No, don't tell me that much. Just tell me you picked the Oilers.
Brings it into the Utah zone. And now Hyman with a steal down low. Powering inside as Hayden to wrestle that puck free for Olimata. Jersey, a veteran of a couple playoff series head-to-head against the Oilers when it was with LA. Hayden. Jersey. The outlet to Olimata. And a lead pass on to Barrett.
Oh, yes.
Drop pass, Gunther. Wrist shot, that sailed over the right shoulder of Pickard. Rebound, Mata tried to center. Picked off by Jeff Skinner. He's got Hyman. Beautiful feed.
Hyman!
He shoots and a save.
Save made by Valenka.
Rebound, McDavid. Scores 25th on Sunday. Got blasted by Krause. A hard hit. Shook the puck free. And Schmaltz advances to neutral.
So you're a neutral bystander tonight. Interessante.
Evidence of Edmonton being flat.
Seems like they've got the legs. They've created some great chances here early.
5-3 are the shots for the Oilers. 13 minutes left to go in the first period.
You're right. Sometimes coming off that long trip, you get back home for a couple days and you're just a little slow out of the gates. Hasn't been the case in this one.
And Alex Kerfoot jumping through. Flipped by Stetcher. Kulak on to play.
That'll be icing against the Oilers yet again. 12:50 left in the first period. 7 minutes gone.
This period brought to you by James H. Brown.
Not gonna lie, I've been enjoying some MLB 2K25. Great game so far.
Zach Hyman sent in alone here, and a nice chance. Good protection of the puck with the body. Tries to elevate up over top of the blocker, and that's typically a glove, right? Handed catching goaltender Vanelka punches that one away.
Quick shot. Looking to find the range. Utah's leading scorer, Clayton Keller, back on his stick. Nick Schmaltz has been hot lately, slugged it by. And now a clear. That's going to be picked by John Marino. Schmaltz sealed off from the Utah bench. Kerfoot. And now Keller is going to regroup while the Utah Hockey Club makes a change. Ian Cole, well-traveled veteran, 9th team in his 15th year. Imstead, shot off the rush, blockered away by Pickard. Cole steps up. Back to the point. Stenlund unable to keep it in. Scored in back-to-back games for Utah. Last year, of course, a member of the
Hello,
Stanley Cup
Trucker.
champions. Eckel launches through the middle. That's going to be settled by Cole.
No, Adam. That is one of the things that is talked about that I will talk about in the first intermission. I will talk about the GM meetings day one in the first intermission. What was talked about, what will likely change, what they don't want to talk about.
Now Arvidsson all over. Stenlund couldn't force it free, so McColl's tried to nudge it in front for Bouchard. Kesselring being and now Fuchs
That's awesome, Munchie.
support down low and ahead for
Welcome to the
Mikkel
party
Carlo.
of cheering for the good
Got
guys.
off to that great start.
11 minutes left to go in the first period. Shots are 6-4.
Yeah, good step up
Watching
pass
from
over
Pennsylvania.
outlet pass out of the zone, so Edmonton heading in Utah again.
Yanmark to Kapanen.
Kapanen just puts it wide. What a move by Cap.
Louis said he's had a lot
He's
of
got his feet moving tonight, guys. 4-2. Pay attention to him tonight.
Now Adam Henry.
Henrique at the blue line.
Pierce inside. Threw it over. Nurse tosses down
Nurse just
low,
puts
but
it deep
no
in the
one
corner.
there.
What a smart
And that's
defensive play.
easily cleared by Mana. Josh Doan will send it in.
Looked like offside to me, but what do I
Leaves it
know?
for Nurse. Scooped up the boards to Kapanen. Rink wide to Jeff Skinner.
Jeff Skinner goes around, puts a shot on net, just about gets it top shelf side door.
Bouchard stepped up.
Very nice move by 42. He wants to play on this team in the playoffs. He knows there's 3 bodies coming out.
McDavid left it for Eckel.
Possibly more.
Lane across the Bouchard. Eckel. Connor McDavid. Bouchard a shot. Save the Malcolm. Rebound. And Hyman could not get it upstairs.
There's a possibility of 4 forwards coming out come playoff time, guys. You don't want to be one of those 4 guys coming out to take for Kane, Frederic,
Bouchard from Eckel.
Jones, and possibly Derek Ryan Savoy.
Knocked off the puck by
That was almost like McDavid's spinorama, absolutely.
Rolled over to Jersey. Outlet to Mana.
Now we got 9.5 left. Shots are 7-4 for the Oilers. And I need some water.
Connor Brown twisted one ahead for McDavid. He's cut off. Mana, good look for Gunther, and now Cooley across the line.
What is this Utah you speak of?
By Stetcher, forced wide by Gunther. Time for the team-leading goal, still in Gunther with 24. Here's Connor Brown, trying to cut toward the middle. But Malcolm will spoon that over. Man fell down. Jersey lost an edge. Ian Cole bumped it up the right-hand side. Kerfoot bobbled. Jersey there to bail him out. Lead pass off the hip of Kerfoot. And he'll toss it around the boards for Keller. Stetcher to Brown. Free-flowing first period.
No whistles really so far. Just a few, maybe 3 icings and 3 puck freezes. But other than that, nothing to talk about.
Schmaltz on to Keller. Wade Keller just outside the top 10 in scoring. A drive by
What a save by Picard.
late.
Calvin Picks with the glove hand save.
One-timer.
Saucered across to Sergachev. Shattered stick in front of the Edmonton net. Louis and I estimate it will be cleared in about 7 minutes. Stenlund trying to knife that free.
No way, ref. No way you're calling that after the fact. No way you're calling that after the fact. You can't call that after the fact.
Go here.
No, I'm sorry, but you saw him hit him. And then you waited for the guy to grab his face before you called it.
Off the shaft.
Get off the crackpot.
Able to make the gloves.
There's no way you're calling that a penalty against the Oilers. You watched it happen in real time. You watched him hit him in the corner. You watched the entire play and you waited till the guy laying on the ground grabbed his face 2.5 seconds later to throw your arm up. Excuse me. I'm sorry, but if you're going to call the call it instantly. Don't decide, that looked a little high, but I'm going to let it play out. I don't get it. I mean, like right here, it happens. So that's a good clean hit right there. Knock the player down. Knocks him down. Puck is moving. The play's already gone. And then you throw the arm up. It just
Not an easy
boggles
save.
me,
And
man.
that's why
Boggles
he took a
me.
chunk of it almost like a blocker and pushed it out. But the Utah Hockey Club get the first power play of this game.
Of course, the Utah Hockey Club get the first power play of the hockey game.
Goals in their last 13 games. And they're now just outside the top 10 of the league. And as they have been all season long, they're better on special teams on the road than they are at home. Chipped over to Gunther. Top 5 both and penalty kill on the road for Utah.
Damn.
That's a 4 pass to Sergachev.
That's awesome, man.
Short-handed chance. Nugent Hopkins.
Scores! Nugent Hopkins short-handed! C'est la vie! Nuge! Nugent Hopkins unassisted.
Short-handed goal all season long for Edmonton.
Yeah, that was a nude shorty. Hey, I told you guys they're going to wake up.
Sydney-esque. I mean, that was a beautiful shot.
Now just don't let the power play goal in now.
Anytime you see a backhand, you think of Sidney.
There's Geller. Snapped it across. Gunther fires. And that was fought off. And then
1 minute left to go in the power play.
This is some kind of finish by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Well, this really shows me that the confidence is starting to come back for Nugent-Hopkins, too. I mean, listen, it's been a little bit of a grind this year for him. He's driving his own line. 3 assists against the Rangers.
Nugent's 17th goal of the season. First goal in 11 games.
Just a terrific job to hold, and find that upper part of the net.
Unassisted. 1-0. Edmonton.
And the finish.
McBain digs in. Utah has to be somewhat deflated after giving up that shorty with a chance to get the lead on the road. Nugent Hopkins this time has drawn a penalty. Came up with a puck in the corner and drew a hold. So Nugent Hopkins scores and draws a penalty on the same Utah power play.
And just like that, penalty over. Hey guys, we not only score on a power play penalty kill, we draw a penalty as well. 4-on-4 play for the next 20 seconds.
And here he gets to this puck first. You can see the left hand of McBain come out and grab right in the middle of the jersey. Once you hold on like that,
You might as well hold on the side.
keep holding because you're going to get called for it anyway. And that shake of the head to Andre Torini is
51 seconds, sorry, left to go into power play. So 51 seconds of 4-on-4.
Sometimes the instinct takes over.
With your 6'5" arm fully extended.
Yeah,
You're not going to be missed.
Nuge has 17 goals this season.
Logan Cooley.
Doesn't feel like it, right?
This is a 4-on-4
Breakaway goal.
sequence for another half minute. Quick dish down low, backhanded off the pads of goaltender Calvin Pickard by Mana.
And 22 seconds left to go on 4-on-4 before the Oilers will have an abbreviated power play of their own Z's.
Good knockdown with the stick by Mata.
As bad a power play as Utah could have imagined.
Power play Edmonton.
One-handed goal and then take a penalty.
They got one good look from Gunter. That's the look they were looking for.
Minute and 8 seconds for the power play.
Sends it in deep.
Right now they have Wallman, Bouchard, McDavid,
and Draisaitl.
Draisaitl, and Hopkins out there.
And a centering pass inside. Perfect. Well defended by Bouchard.
50 seconds left on this
So here's
abbreviated
the
power
lead,
play.
Bouchard to Draisaitl. And he'll hit the line. Oiler power play brought to you by Play Alberta. Power up your play with 400.
I'm not expecting much from this power play, but especially when McDavid just throws a puck away like that, eh? Giveaway machine McDavid is.
Really get out of the blocks. 1-0 Oilers.
Remember I told you guys not to worry about games against Eastern Conference teams? I wasn't just blowing smoke.
Back to Bouchard.
Win the games you have to win.
McDavid. Nugent Hopkins. Fires.
Hopkins looking for his second goal. Save made by Vimoka.
Bouchard. Power play comes to an
McDavid
end.
spins. No shot, no goal.
Nugent Hopkins.
But it's a shot by Hyman. He shoots, he scores! 2-0 Oilers. Not on the power play, but it'll all count the same.
Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna. Feel buzz like I had last week. I must stay because coffee is cheap. Like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know they get sweeter. So what can I do? I really bag you, my lord. To me, flirting is just like a boy. Anything fly, it's all good. Let me jump in and sing in the trumpet. A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Erica by my side.
Extends his point streak to
Nugent Hopkins and McDavid get the assists
tonight for the streak
of Hyman's 22nd goal of the year.
Here's Jake Wallman. Has his pass stolen by Keller. Walks in, shows slapper, then trying to slide it through. Pickard's spine hole. He kicked it away. Kerfoot to Schmaltz.
Hopkins has 6 points
Lets it fly.
in 2 games.
Deflected up on the flexi by
Sorry, 5 points in 2 games. He only had a 3-point night
Keller.
against the
Inside
Rangers.
Jersey, his shot, and that stays out. Harris comes up with a rebound. 2-0 Edmonton. What a start at home for the Oilers. They've been sharp.
4 minutes left to go in the second period. 2-0 Oilers. Shots are 10-8 for the Oilers. Offside, Utah. That was pretty close.
From Ryan Nugent Hopkins, Zach Hyman the finish.
I guess you're not wrong, Adam. They never ask how. They just ask how many. He must have heard the rumblings that teams were interested in him. He wants to be an Oiler for life. Ooh. A 2-goal lead this early where they've looked this dominant. Like, they've dominated first periods. Like, they've dominated first periods, right? Like, we know they've dominated the first periods. But haven't been able to score. Now they're actually doing the thing that they're supposed to be doing. I got into another Twitter spat with another dumb fan that claims to be an Oiler fan, but he tells me that the Oilers are worse off without Broberg and without Holloway, and we're going to get knocked out in the first round because we don't have Broberg or Holloway. I don't understand these comments that Oilers fans make about Broberg and Holloway. My thing with those two. This is my thing. Great, they're having great years this year. golf clap, round of applause, here's your flowers. Do it next year. Do it the year after. Do it consecutively, and then we will have a discussion of the Oilers should have, could have, would have matched their offers. I don't give two flying you-know-whats how they do now. They're doing it now because they have something to prove. Do it next year. Do it the year after. And then we'll have that conversation of, yes, the Oilers muffed that. The Oilers didn't make that move for the 82-game regular season. The Oilers brought in Arvidsson, kept Perry, and kept Brown for playoffs. Now time. But I digress. Yeah, Picard's looking great. Very much knock on wood. If you guys are wondering why I have a white earpiece in my ear, is watching the ESPN feed of the Utah Oilers and watching the St. Louis, excuse me while I swallow, Predator game as well. That game is heading into the third period, second intermission right now, 3-0 St. Louis. Congratulations to them.
A little bit of a tough start here against Edmonton. Just come out flying.
Flying, you know what? Flying unicorns can't know. You know what I mean.
Left-hand side, Connor Brown will send it in deep. Sends it over. Leon Draisaitl.
Or in the German tongue, flying Scheiße.
There.
Pizza 73, Edmonton's homegrown #1 pizza. Hunger happens. Order on game day. Pizza 73. The official
Why do I
pizza
care
of
about the Preds?
Edmonton
I don't
Oilers.
care about the Preds. I care about the Blues.
Connor McDavid extends his point streak to 12 games with that second assist on that power play.
Because I care about Vancouver making the playoffs more than I care about St. Louis making the playoffs.
Hot at the right time as well, and that's something we talked about in the opening, Jack. This team,
I want to see as many Canadian teams in the playoffs as I can. Right now, Ottawa's doing their thing. Toronto's doing their thing. The Oilers, Winnipeg. Would love to see both Calgary and Vancouver make it, but that would mean Minnesota would have to go on some kind of a losing streak.
This is as in sync as we've seen this team in a while.
And both Calgary and Vancouver would have to go on some sort of winning streaks.
Still not ready to go. There's a penalty being drawn.
So it's another power play coming up for Utah.
Cooley, and as McDavid touches
Tripping in the neutral zone will be the call. Hyman going to the box. 2:36 left to go in the first period. The second power play for the Oilers. And for all those people saying that Knobloch is not a good coach, 6.612 points percentage this season. He has a winning percentage of 712. That's a pretty damn good winning percentage as an Oilers head coach. When was the last time we had an Oilers head coach that was almost 800 winning percentage? That would be cool, Barbershop. That would be cool. Game 7 in MSG. McDavid dangles around the entire Ranger team in overtime, scores the game-winning goal. That would be something. That would be a storybook. You know what else would be storybook? Oilers beating the Florida Panthers in the final in Game 4. It's never going to happen, we ass. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's been years, a decade or so, where the Oilers were ass as well. We cried. We laughed. We were sad. Hyman got a tripping call at 17:24 of the first period.
Too sure exactly. He gets his stick.
He didn't trip him, though. He kind of fell over. Oh, well, got to call what you got to call. You are a New York sports fan. I don't feel bad for you, though, because you have the Yankees.
Pickard will be staring down a Utah power play.
I don't feel bad for New York sports fans because you had a decade and a half of championships.
Sport being celebrated tonight. Gene Principe have a
Yankees, Giants,
during the intermission. You got
Knicks.
in the house as well as stops. That's what's coming up between.
I don't feel bad for you.
First, though, Utah. I think a critical juncture in this game, quite frankly, Louis.
Unless you're a Mets fan, then I kind of do feel bad for
You're
you.
down a goal after the opening 20.
We got a minute and a half left to go on the power play. 2:10 left to go. Oh. So you're like a lot of Oiler fans I talk to. You weren't alive for the glory days. I mean, the Oilers' glory days were a lot long time ago than the Yankee glory days, but I'm in my 40s. I was alive to see the Blue Jays win both their World Series. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Although, don't tell anybody that the New Jersey Nets, Brooklyn Nets, are from New York. That is one team that's not New York. That is New Jersey. Even if they play in Brooklyn, they'll never be the New York Nets. Brooklyn Nets. I did hear. I haven't had pizza from Pizza 74, but I heard they changed the name to Pizza 74 at a few locations here in Edmonton. Good for Stuart Skinner. Like, good for him to boost his confidence as my voice cracks because I just hit puberty. 1 minute left to go in the first period. 1 minute remaining in the first period. 12 seconds left to go on the power play for Utah. 2-0 Edmonton. I got to update the...
Wired up the left-hand side. Good keep by Krause against, but Colson a wrist shot. Jersey doesn't make it through.
Deserve a win meter.
Colson wins a battle, clears ahead, and just out of the reach of Hyman, who had a notion of authority on the breakaway.
We got to fight. Nurse. He's fighting. Who's he fighting? 22. McBain. Nurse and Bain lining up at the center ice. They're kind of toe-to-toe. They grab each other. They got a hook. They got a hook. Bain throws a little rabbit. Another little rabbit. Now he goes for the overhand. 2 overhands. Misses. Nurse goes for his overhand. And an uppercut. Overhand. Uppercut. Uppercut. Hover. Get away, 88. Underhand. Oh, now McBain throwing some rights back at him. Couple bunny shots. And Nurse. Top of the dome. Top of the dome. Down to one knee. Nurse is pounding. The ground and pound offense by Darnell Nurse. We have ourselves a fight win by Darnell Nurse.
He seems to fight better against the bigger guys. He's still
Ooh, Adam, that's huge.
a little bit fired up after that scrap. He got him with some hammer fists. But here's how it starts in front of the net. And the stick gets up a little high. The elbow thrown by Nurse. A little jostling. One punch says, yeah,
Nurse kicked his ass.
in the corner. And got drawn for the call.
Yeah, I'm watching it on the ESPN feed. They're now at the part where Nurse is just pounding the body, pounding the head. Let's go. Let's go. I love the fact that the ESPN feed is about 30 seconds behind my feed. Love it. 27 seconds left to go in the first period. Shots are 12-8 for the Oilers. 2-0 Edmonton. No goal on both power plays for Utah. No goal on the Oilers power play. McDavid almost gets a goal there.
The back of the left thigh of Karel Vejmelka.
Karel Vejmelka. No, you're not wrong, Trucker. Definitely saved his. Oh. Nurse is pissed off.
They did not give Utah any time with the puck.
That's awesome, Adam. That's awesome. Nurse throws his helmet in anger. Whatever McBain said to him for him to get mad like that, not a thing I would want to do. 15 seconds left to go in the first period. Ekholm is just going to hold the puck in behind the net. No, he's not. 9 seconds. McDavid with 5, 4, 3. McDavid scores! 3.3 seconds left in the third period. Oilers score!
Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't want last week. I must stay because on the team I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know they get sweeter. So what can I do? I really value my Lord. To me, blood is just like a boy. Anything fly, it's all good. Let me jump in and sing in the trumpet. A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Erica by my side. A little bit of Rita, all I need.
I apologize, guys. Wow, we had some major technical difficulties there. Wowzers. So, let me see if I can get back to everything. That was sensational. Great period for Connor McDavid. I wonder what that's all about. Okay, get rid of that. Oh, that's why. Ooh, that's why. I had video playing in the background. My bad, guys. I'll fix that. I'll clean that right up. Anywho's, guys. Oh. Yeah. I will fix the lag for sure. Hopefully we should be better now. Now, wow, what a period. Out-of-town scoreboard. We're going to talk about the out-of-town scoreboard first because that's pretty important. And then we'll talk about the setting, the winter meetings that the teams had. Oilers are up 3-0 on the goals of McDavid, Hyman, and Hopkins. Shorthanded, even strength with 3 seconds left to go in the first period. Jets and Canucks have yet to start there, an 8 o'clock start time. After 2, Blues 3, Preds 1. After 2, Ducks 3, Stars 2. Halfway through the second period, Kraken 3, Blackhawks 2. Make it a final. Montreal 6, Senators 3. Calgary 2, Rangers 1. Islanders 4, Penguins 2. Penguins led 2-0. The Islanders come back, score 4 straight. The Capitals beat the Red Wings 4-1 without an OV goal. That's original. Also, good to see. Anywho's, so. Can I talk about how to fix the Rangers? It's a simple fix. Let me, It's a simple fix how to fix the Rangers. Okay. Get rid of Zibanejad. Get rid of JT Miller. Get a shutdown defenseman like Trouba was. Get a backup goalie that's not 50 years old like Jonathan Quick. Fixed. Goalie, your problem's fixed in New York Ranger land. Now, in all honesty, the winter meetings happened today. There's day 1 was today, day 2's tomorrow. That's exactly it. No, just get rid of the old, come in with the new. So they talked about, but you need a guy like that that's got grit to his game. I watch the Rangers regularly. Like I said, I don't just watch Oilers hockey. I watch a lot of hockey. The Rangers are missing that bite on the back end. No, you're not wrong, Barbershop. For as old as Quick is, he can still be a pretty decent backup goalie. Now, the winter meetings happened, and day 1 they talked about offsides, goalie interference, officiating, and 3-on-3 overtime. And the CBA. Obviously, it talked about the collective bargaining agreement, the CBA. Obviously, you have to talk about that when you're at the GM winter meetings, day 1. They are not going to talk about officiating anymore. Gary Bettman made it very clear that the teams, GMs, players, coaches are not going to talk about officiating. They are not going to speak on the officiating, good, bad, or indifferent. Those are our people. We do not talk ill of them. They are doing a good job, according to Gary Bettman. As far as offsides and goalie interference goes, that falls under officiating and reffing. Again, Gary Bettman does not want to talk about it. Gary Bettman does not want to discuss those things because then that brings bad eyes to the officiating. What Bettman was willing to talk about and what Bettman wants to talk about is expanding 3-on-3 from 5 minutes to as much as 10 minutes. Skinner. And there's a reason for that. Anyways, they're going to discuss in the next collective bargaining agreement moving it up to 10 minutes, but chances are it'll be an 8-minute overtime, not a 10-minute overtime or a 5-minute overtime 3-on-3 like it is now. They definitely saw how exciting it was at the Four Nations, adding the extra time. And they feel if we could bring that excitement to NHL regular seasons in the 82 games, then hey, maybe players will get rid of the shootout quicker. In my opinion, I think we should just get rid of loser points. Do what the English Premier League does, or any soccer league in the world, even in European hockey, what they do. 3 points. 3 points for a win. Nothing for a loss. And 2 points for an overtime win. That'll give you incentive to win in regulation. Get rid of these loser points. Nothing. You got in overtime and you lost. You don't get nothing. Play better. But yes, as far as Wool versus Skinner, I would take Skinner because even though he is only 24, 25, he's still more veteran than Wool. Just like I would take Stuart Skinner over Dustin Wolf. And I know how great of a season Dustin Wolf is having for Calgary. If it wasn't for him being as good as he is, Calgary's not in a playoff position or pushing for a playoff position right now. I get it. I understand it. But I want to see more than one season worth of work. We forget that Stuart Skinner was a Calder finalist in his rookie year. In his first full year. St. Louis doesn't really look good. They're playing weak hockey teams right now. I'm going to reserve judgment on the St. Louis Blues. until they play an NHL playoff team. Right now they're in their bottom portion of their schedule, which, hey, these are games you should win, right? These games are games you should win. Conference teams that are below you. Just like the Oilers, we're playing a conference game with a team below us. It's games you should win. I think the Blues are going to be on the outside looking in. They're going to be that 9th, 10th spot. You're not wrong. Wool is injury prone, and Skinner's never been hurt. He's played every game that the Oilers have asked him to play. That's another reason why I would take Skinner over Wool. Like, honestly, guys, we're talking about ex-Oilers being good on different teams. Yes, I do watch basketball, yeah. I feel bad that my basketball team is in the dumps right now, but it is what it is. There's a guy in Toronto that's a backup goalie, maybe even their starting goalie in Stolarz. Anthony Stolarz is having an amazing year over in Toronto. But we as Oilers fans aren't talking about him as the one that got away. Dance with the girl that brung you. What if we kept Stolarz and who's my team? The Toronto Raptors. Being a guy from Canada, I've been a Raptor fan. I was a Grizzly fan before, and then they just kind of went away. I'm so bad. I still have Vancouver Grizzly merchandise somewhere. Big Country, one of my favorite players. I was a Dallas Maverick fan for a really long time. Steve Nash, one of my favorite players. When it was Dirk, Nash, and Terry, man, that was a good threesome right there. Knicks all the way. I don't blame you, bud. Knicks, man. Having themselves a year. The way I see it, anybody but LeBron James. So right now it's anybody but the Lakers. I'm not a fan of LeBron. I've never been a fan of him being a whiny baby. At least you got the Knicks, right? Like, when the Oilers sucked for that decade of darkness, I always thought to myself, well, at least I got the Raptors. Or at least I have the Rough Riders in the CFL, the Packers in the NFL, the Cubs and the Jays in the MLB. Well, because, Diane, he was our goalie first. Stolarz was our goalie, and we gave up on him. Yes, I mean that. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go get myself a bunch of water to drink. I'll be back. We got about 5.5 minutes left of overtime. First period. Yeah, but LeBron couldn't do it by himself. He's not MJ. LeBron had to go to super teams to make it happen. That's why I have no respect for LeBron James. He couldn't do it with the team that they built around him. He had to go to super teams that had guys already there. Cubs made playoffs. Hey, we have a world championship in that decade of darkness. Don't take that away from me. The decade of darkness, Noah. I will let everybody else in here tell you what the decade of darkness is. That'll make me sad. Guys, fill Noah in on the decade of darkness. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, ladies, getting yelled at is fun. Still 3-0 Edmonton. Puck just dropped.
Came through the middle. Ekholm back to collect. Off to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 5 points in his last 2 games.
Supposed to be
Arvidsson
hot.
crashed into by Ian Cole. Kevin Stenlund backhands it up for Nick Bukestad. Missed the last couple weeks due to injury. Second game back. Kesselring.
No one told you to
Stenlund
get
gained the line and shot 10 wide. Nugent-Hopkins. Putting up the boards, held in by Moreno. Stenlund. Bukestad shot.
The Oilers' decade of darkness was 2005.
Olsen.
Probably 2007 to 2017.
Stetcher will give it back to him.
During that time, the Oilers didn't even have a lick of playoff success. Always bottom feeders, always top 3 picks.
Krause in on the forecheck against Ekholm. And no doubt Ekholm was a little banged up, but also the break.
Yeah.
He's another guy that felt the emotion of the Four Nations tournament. A guy who
Like I said, Big Country was built different, man.
right on cue. Drilled by Cooley, who in turn was finished off by Henry. Stetcher up the right-hand side, puck not out. Another chance.
Big block by Ekholm.
Still able to deny Josh Doan.
I think Logan Cooley surprised.
That looked like it was offside, but hey,
He's
we'll
only
keep
20
it.
years old. And the reverse hit, he put Ekholm, who's not easy to put down on the ice, down on the ice. Leon Draisaitl got a long conversation with TD Ford, the head athletic therapist on the bench, and I mean, he has been right by his side talking about something the entire time that he's been off the ice. That last shift, he stumbled awkwardly coming out of the zone. There's something up with him.
Draisaitl might not be 100% now. He stumbled coming out of the zone.
Bouchard fires, and then
I'm going to have to rewatch that because I wasn't here for that. So he's talking to the personal trainer right now on the bench.
By his side for the last 2-3 minutes, and this is where it happens. A little fall down, coming out of the
Ooh,
line.
he stretched
You see
his
the
leg.
right kind of stumble underneath him. So as he comes up the ice, he tries to go to the middle.
You'd say that was a trip, but not called.
It's the right leg that's kind of in behind his left leg.
I wouldn't say that's how we got McDavid. No, we got lucky to get
Wins on the
McDavid.
face is not a good sign. Leon Draisaitl is a tough customer. This guy
The Oilers got lucky to
plays
get
through a
Connor
lot of
McDavid.
games,
I'll be
so
100%
we'll
honest
keep
with
long of
that.
a conversation. We'll keep a close eye on
We
it.
weren't supposed to draft in the top
those
10.
of you listening and watching over on Sportsnet West, it's gone final now. The Calgary Flames, big bounce back after being shellacked in Toronto, hit the New York Rangers 2-1.
We got lucky to win the lottery. Technically, he was supposed to go to Buffalo, but we moved up 11 spots.
Jeff Skinner. Bouchard gaining the line. Skinner in the corner.
Oh no, McDavid was always going to go first overall. It was just the way the season was that year. It was Buffalo, Anaheim, and like 9 other teams that were supposed to get McDavid that the Oilers jumped to get him. A lot of people say it was rigged to get the Oilers a first overall pick and a generational talent. But you could say the same thing about Pittsburgh when they got Crosby as well. Yeah, I said Buffalo.
That's why tonight's result's so key. One-handed it on.
They were supposed to get McDavid, not Jack Eichel. And then when they drafted Jack Eichel, silly dum-dum said, I'll be 10 times better than McDavid ever will be.
Put the brakes on. Snapshot on.
Just because you have one more cup than he does because you left your Buffalo team and joined a superpower in Vegas.
Talking about Jack,
Don't
and
mean
it's getting
shit.
claustrophobic in the Western Conference for those last spots. Or the wild card.
Whatever, you had a savior.
In the West is 4
Hendrik
teams right now
Lundqvist.
battling it out to try and achieve that.
He's your savior.
And it seems
Ilya
like it changes every
Shesterkin.
night. And
He's a pretty
Draisaitl's
good
still
savior.
Trying to work something out. It's obviously a lower body. It's a good sign that he went on
I
the
think
ice.
where
He's
the
gonna stick it
Oilers
out.
messed
He has
up
a
is
little
they
bit
drafted
of
Yakupov and
something. He's not
Puljujarvi.
happy with how something feels and is continuing to stretch things out.
They should have stayed away from Yakupov.
St. Louis, by the way, who has 3 games with Nashville, including tonight, up 3-1, Louis.
No, that's right. It was Arizona. Arizona, Buffalo, Anaheim. I couldn't remember who that third team was that was in that mix. Thank you, Adam. Thank you for the clarification, sir.
Vancouver at St. Louis on Thursday night, looming large. Here's Draisaitl. Hard in the net with a backhander, knifed wide. Meanwhile, for Edmonton, again, a win tonight. And just 2 points.
Hey, Nick from the North, how are you? 3-0 Edmonton, 14:35 left to go in the second period. Goal scored by Hopkins, Hyman, McDavid.
And I think it went off the back. It looked like a Marino.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, hey, anything you want to know, just ask. We will gladly inform you the best we can, the best I can. I try to be as informative as possible with people. I understand that hockey isn't everybody's first sport, but we're glad you're a hockey fan now, buddy.
So no question about it. The way he went down, he extended his left leg forward, right leg was back. There's something that's just not right.
Draisaitl's hurt.
I think we're going to drop this puck again. Yeah, Draisaitl still laboring over there on the Edmonton bench.
Yeah, there's something wrong with this leg. Yeah, that backhand was a filthy goal.
Bukestad will slash it free through the neutral zone, picked up by Kulak, over to Torres Fetcher. Arvidsson on to Nugent Hopkins, cuts to his left, shoots off the rush, and a save made by Stauber.
McDavid's goal was assisted by Bouchard and Ekholm.
Straining to get what you want? Experience true flexibility with customizable designs by Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers.
Nice rush up the ice here by Nugent Hopkins. Nice little evasive
Yeah,
move in the
no,
neutral
I hope
zone
he's
that
okay
leads
too.
to
It doesn't look okay though. They're talking a lot about it on the ESPN broadcast. Like they are zooming in on him and like questioning if he's even going to be able to go.
Player assistance program, Stauber becomes the backup. The guy just making his 11th NHL appearance.
I say Vinoka? Sorry.
I don't think so. I was going to let you.
Wasn't it the 7th round? It was either the 5th round or the 7th round. I know it was late rounds. Diamond in the rough.
But Vinoka just rolls off so easily.
He sounds like a villain, like in a Bond movie or something. There's back in his own end to reset for Edmonton. 6 1/2 gone by in the second period. And the Oilers playing a poised, professional game through the first 27 minutes. Jake Wallman,
If I remember my
shot
math correctly.
redirected into the corner. A couple weeks ago at home, remember, Edmonton built a 5-1 lead against Dallas, and then things got hairy in the third period. So incumbent upon the Oilers to play the full 60 tonight against the Utah club that's going to keep coming, knowing the stakes.
Yeah, they don't relent. And it's a real good character trait to have for an organization. They've had that.
Yeah, you develop goalies really well.
Close things off.
Speaking of fast, here's McDavid with Hyman. McDavid shoots and
McDavid shot saved by Velmelka.
stop.
And the lights go out in Edmonton.
Off the rush against McDavid.
Never. He sold past the whole way until he finally released.
The lights go out in Edmonton with the broadcast for Sportsnet. That's awesome.
Ekholm showing slap shot, now centering.
Scores! Zachary Hyman with his second goal of the evening. Oh,
Hyman's second of the night, 24th of the year, and the Oilers building a huge lead here at home.
Discussion. I mean, this.
In the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna be a buzz like I had last week. I must stay because honey, cheap like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know they getting sweeter. So what can I do? I really bag you, my lord. To me, flirting is just like a boy. Anything live is all good.
That goal might get called back. I don't think so, though. That was not a kick in. That was a shot off his foot. We got a good goal. 4-0 Oilers. Puck is dropped. 4-0 Oilers. Shishirkin was drafted in the 4th round, 118th overall. Also, what do you do if Draisaitl's hurt? Not a thing. You rest him. If Draisaitl's hurt, you rest him. You've got a guy named Derek Ryan that can play. Hopkins be 2nd C. Henrique be 3rd C. Derek Ryan be your 4th line center. And you just keep the lines the way they are. You move the centermans up and keep the lines. Honestly, like, I'm not even joking when I say that.
And now we'll have a whistle and a face-off coming in the neutral zone when we come back. The Edmonton Oilers.
Honestly, if I was the Oilers and Draisaitl's even a little bit dinged up right now, don't risk it for the biscuit. Just let him rest. Derek Ryan comes in. He's your 4th line center. Hopkins becomes 2nd line C. Henrique becomes 4th line. Wingers are all stay the same, and then you know what you have come playoff time, right? I don't want to tell you what happened over the week that everyone's back to work normal as usual, because then I'll be a conspiracy theorist. Who's my cup matchup? Oof. My cup matchup, and I know it's not going to happen. Edmonton, Ottawa. A lot of things got to go right for those two teams. Yeah, you're not wrong, Diet. He won't rest. He could have a broken leg, and he'd still try and get out there somehow, some way. In all honesty, I would love to see an Oilers-Senators final. But the realisticness of that happening, slim to none. So I'm going to say Edmonton, Tampa, or Edmonton, Florida. To be honest with you, I think the Cup goes through Florida again. Those two teams have just done a lot to improve. And one of those teams are going to be out in the 1st round. That's why I hate this seeding. One of the Dallas, Colorado teams are out 1st round. I'm just saying, that would be something. 2 Canadian teams in the final. Gary Bettman would have a heart attack. He might end up not surviving this and not be a commissioner next year. Any whoosies? He asked a question. I gave a hypothetical. No, in all honesty, I think the team that wins the Florida-Tampa series will be the Eastern Conference final. Draisaitl's out there looking okay, causing shit after the whistle. Love to see it. No, honestly, I think the Cup goes through Florida again. The state of Florida, not necessarily the Florida Panthers.
Setting career highs once again with 48 points, and his trajectory is on the rise.
2 Western Hockey League titles, an accomplished junior player, 1 here in Edmonton, and then 1-1 in Seattle as well. Draisaitl directing a pass to Troy Stetcher, churning the legs. Brown trying to get it back to Stetcher. David a goal and 2 assists now tonight, and a deflected puck from Kulak ends up behind the net, played by Cole. Up to Josh Doe. Nugent Hopkins a goal and an assist. They recall back in November, Nugent Hopkins the game winner in overtime against Utah. Probably one of those games Edmonton didn't have much business winning, but the Oilers found a way.
You know what? Mitch Marner's leaving Toronto regardless of where he's going. He's not playing in Toronto next season. My conference finals, and I know I'm going to get laughed out of the building for saying this. The winner of the Dallas-Colorado series and the Oilers versus the winner of the Florida-Tampa series and Carolina.
Lead pass up the right-hand side. Stenton
Nugent Hopkins back on top of the puck for the Oilers.
I wouldn't mind an 06 rematch. Scores! Podkolzin! 5! I got 5 for you. 1, 2, 3, osquetos,
He's
secos!
out early every single day for practice, shooting pucks, working on his hands, getting the feel.
Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna. Feel buzz like I had last week. I must stay because coffee is cheap. I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know they get sweeter. So what can I do? I really bag you, my lord. To me, it's like this, just like a boy.
And that one, you're right, that's going to feel real good. First goal since January the 15th, so more than 2 months.
We need that rematch, eh, Trucker?
Hopkins back on the attack.
Oh! They almost made it 6. We got 10 minutes left to go in the second period. Shots are 21-13. 5-0 Edmonton.
Now has 3-point games, 48 hours apart.
Podkolzin's 7th goal of the season, assisted by Hopkins.
Passing play and a hard pass by Podkolzin to Arvidsson. And now a steal by Jeff Skinner, a shot up near the clavicle and a save made by Jackson Stauber, who's now starting to feel the kind of peppering that Karel Vejmelka did in the first period. Oilers have tacked on 2 more, but
Utah changed goalies, by the way, guys. If you guys didn't know, now you know. Honestly, guys, I told you guys not to worry about the Oilers. They're going through the motions. I hate to say I told everybody so, but I did. I told everybody so. I said, relax. Let the trade deadline pass. Let's get out of this Eastern Conference funk, and let's play Western Conference teams. And you're going to see what this team really is. They are going to go on a run and take over first in the Pacific Division. I hate that. And this is what I mean by I don't like watching this type of Oilers hockey. I don't like watching them go from we can barely beat a team in 30th place, but we can cakewalk over a top 10 team. You know what I mean? Or we can take cakewalk over a top 15 team. Yeah, Jets aren't going to do anything as long as Hellebuyck plays as much as he plays. If they gave Connor Hellebuyck the rest of the season off, or even only played him once every 5 games, once every 4 games, he'd be better rested for the playoffs. Ooh, one goalie or one player? I'd pick a defenseman. Honestly, I'd pick a puck-moving defenseman.
since January the 23rd in terms of being
Hey,
able to
Oilers, time, how's it going?
easy. But through 30 minutes,
Like, if you can get a guy that plays shutdown defense, kind of like Woolman, you know what? I wouldn't pick anybody. Maybe I'd take Mitch Marner for his scoring prowess and his playmaking ability. Adam Fox would be a good position. Power play coming up for the Oilers. But because we have Woolman, and honestly, I think the Woolman pickup was great by the Oilers. He could go with Bouchard and have Ekholm go with Nurse and vice versa. I'm great, man.
Great locations in Edmonton, St. Albert,
Cale
and Central
McCarr,
Racetrack.
you know what? If Colorado was ever to ship him, I would take him. But they would want a McDavid Draisaitl in return.
Wrapped up around McDavid as he tries to pick this puck up off the wall.
But that's the thing, is they'd want a McDavid Draisaitl in return. Hi, Mom. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Andre Torini.
You're not wrong about that at all. You're completely right, nerd. In space.
Would take that giant step. And
He's just absolutely. You're not wrong about that. I don't like defensive forwards.
Competing for it right now are world beaters in terms of Vancouver, Calgary, St. Louis.
Still wants to play.
Absolutely. But this not a promising start to a stretch. That's Utah's most vital of the year, and Edmonton's had a heavy hand in that. Draisaitl to Bouchard. McDavid on the right side, Hyman net front. Nugent Hopkins.
That's why I like Woolman so much. Like, people don't really know who he is. But man, he is everything this team has asked for him to be. Moves the puck.
McDavid inside. Quick snapshot by Draisaitl.
What a shot by Draisaitl. What a save.
Really good saves.
With that right pad. One on McDavid, one on Draisaitl. That's a beautiful little pass inside. The backhanded Draisaitl, the spin shot. So hard to pick up for the goaltender, but he gets the pad down, Stauber, and denies. Number 50 for Draisaitl.
Draisaitl, the league-leading 15 on the power play, tied with Jake Gensel in that category.
Stuber is now in net for Utah. Jackson Stuber. When undrafted, he's 25 years old. This is his 10th career game. He's 7-3 with one shutout. So apparently he's a pretty good goalie. Vamelka let in 4, Stuber let in 1. What a save by Stuber.
Back-to-back denials under fire.
Yeah, they're snapping that puck around, and they're looking for number 29 for good reasons for his 450 goal season. Here's the play I'm talking about. Nice little pass inside the backhand side of Draisaitl, the spin shot right pad Stauber. And just presents in that way, so hard to pick up for the defender.
It'll be no goal on this power play. It's not like they needed a goal
so hard to pick up for the goaltender.
On this power play. Would have been nice to have, but it's not a necessary need.
The other thing about that pass, it's also tough to pick up on the shooter because you've got his backside and his right ribs in kind of a screen. It's almost the shooter is screening for himself. Arvidsson to Woolman. Perry. Draisaitl snapshot.
Draisaitl, another save.
Determined not to have that light go on behind him for Leon's 50th goal of the season.
Oh, Leon's getting his 50th goal tonight, guys.
Creates some good chances, good entry into the zone. And for Draisaitl, he gets his puck and he's got time. Typically not the case.
No, he's still favoring that leg. He's kind of just standing there much like Ovi does. Doesn't really move, just kind of stands there.
That one at the big screen. You think that guy expects a lot from himself?
That's okay, though.
It's William Nylander, who's a distant second right now in the race for the Rocket. Richard with 38 for the Leafs.
No goal on that power play. 5-0 Oilers, 27-14 of the shots. 6.5 minutes left to go in the second period. Oilers scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Hopkins, Hyman, McDavid, Hyman, Podkolzin. Assists, McDavid, Hopkins. Bouchard, Ekholm, Hopkins. Hopkins has 6 points in 2 games. Let that sink in a little bit. 6 points in 2 games for Hopkins.
6 minutes to play, period 2, a game thoroughly dominated by Edmonton. This is one where the scoreboard and the shot clock does tell.
Oh, I agree, Oilers. I agree. 5:55 left to go in the period. Just don't give up 4. Oilers been playing really well defensively tonight. They've been playing really well defensively the last 3 games. Woo! What a play by the Oilers defense there.
5:38 to go in the second.
You guys can't see my big board behind me anymore. That's kind of sad, I know. You guys can't see the big whiteboard no more. But on it I have written, are the Caps frauds? I will tell you the Capitals are built around Ovechkin. When the guy plays 40 minutes a night just to get goals, nothing more, nothing less, they're not built for playoffs. The Capitals will be bounced in the first round no matter who they play. They could play Minnesota, they could play Montreal, they could play Boston, they could play the Rangers, they could play the Islanders, they could play Ottawa. it won't matter who they play. Capitals are not winning round one. They don't actually have a good team. They have a guy that's out there for 40 minutes a game that takes shots. Yeah, man, we're growing, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, that would be something. One team has to get this curse over. So anyways, I wrote down on my board February 26, 2025. The games for the upcoming Oilers schedule. The 27th, they had Florida. The 1st, they had Carolina. The 4th, they had Anaheim. 6th, they had Montreal. 8th, Dallas. 10th, Buffalo. 13th, New Jersey. 14th, Islanders. 16th, Rangers. 18th, Utah. 20th, Winnipeg. And that's a puck over glass penalty for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, in saying all that, do you think the Leafs make it out? No, they got to play Florida or Tampa. Sorry, not happening.
Shootout.
Now, in saying that, I had them losing to Florida, beating Carolina, beating Anaheim, beating Montreal, losing to Dallas, beating Buffalo, beating New Jersey, beating the Islanders, losing to the Rangers, beating Utah, and losing to Winnipeg.
Mark Eaton is. There you go. 7'4". Remember.
And in all actuality, they lost to Florida. They beat Carolina, lost to Anaheim, beat Montreal, beat Dallas, lost to Buffalo, lost to New Jersey, beat the Islanders, beat the Rangers, and are beating Utah. Hey, can we beat Winnipeg and really make my chart go funky?
We come up on 5 minutes to play in the second. Ekholm and Kulak doing a nice job of clearing the zone. Nugent Hopkins.
Like, I don't go in every. Like, I try and do it every 10 games. 10 games. Oh, there's a giveaway. Breakaway. Oh, Janmark robbed by Stauber on a breakaway. Another penalty shot breakaway. This team is on fire on the breakaway penalty shot season.
2 goals this year. 1 went off his body and 1 was
I don't think he changes anything. I honestly don't think he makes that team better.
Against the goaltender since Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final.
You've got too many players on that team that are shit disturbers and are going to cost you penalties.
And really over the last... And Janmark's a big part of that.
Here comes Kapanen. Oh, Podkolzin just misses the one-timer.
Who just broke a
Good save by the random. Good save by the backup Utah goalie.
Didn't score in the first 20 games of the year. A blast and a save made on Cooley. By goaltender Calvin Pickard. Another chance. Cartoni, and he whistled it off the pipe.
Yeah, like, I do every 10 games, and I don't say the Oilers going to win every game. That's just asininical retardedness. I know this team is going to lose. And a power play. Nope, power play was over, but Utah scores. 5-1.
Sean Dursey with his second goal of
Not a power play goal, but Dursey gets the goal.
Building an identity, and obviously the defense core was a big part of Bill Armstrong's turnover.
You're not wrong, Nick. Finally a backup goalie. We're not making Vezina. Finally a starting goalie we haven't made turn into Vezina.
So that's a big part of it, that defense core being together. But Dursey, obviously, he's a 40-point defenseman. I mean, this is a guy that is going to continue to play at that caliber and maybe even elevate a big part of their defense game.
Heading from that, a shot off.
Because he had one in Ottawa, and he wasn't going anywhere where he didn't have one. So because Ottawa gave him one, the next team that signed him was going to give him one too. Breakaway! Hyman held, no call. That's a penalty shot any other night, but 5-1 can't call that. I get it. But it's icing against the Utah Hockey Club. Like any other night, that's a penalty shot. I get it. It's why it's not tonight. I'm not mad by it. I'm looking for a pencil.
It's the 5th breakaway in this game.
5 breakaways for the Oilers this game. Usually it's the other way for breakaways. The Oilers are giving up 5 a game.
As he is, of course, thrived playing with Connor McDavid. One of several players to kind of feel the warmth of McDavid's glow offensively.
Well, if you guys keep losing the way you're losing, you're definitely going to get the first top 10 pick. That's why I don't understand the Flames and their organization. Mid. You don't get high draft picks by being middle of the pack, and you don't make playoffs by being middle of the pack. Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you, Nerd in Space. That's a huge hole. But the score's 5-1. You can't really get mad at that penalty not being called.
That was his breakout year of 27 goals.
I do need to find a pencil somewhere.
Icing whistled against Edmonton with a minute.
Bucket full of pens and no pencils.
Leon Draisaitl not on the score sheet tonight, riding an 18-game point streak, and as Louis talked about.
Looks like that's what I'm going to go run up and do in the second intermission. Is going to run upstairs and get a pencil.
5-0. He could easily walk down the tunnel, but he's sticking it out. He's obviously under some pain and duress here every time he strides.
He's still wincing. Draisaitl's still wincing every stride he takes. I mean, they're Mickey Mouse organization. I agree, Noah. I'd rather tank, and that's one thing that I've had. Oh, what a block shot! I've had many conversations with Flames fans. Yeah, your team that's had 7 first overall picks. Like, guys, we've had 4, and we're better off for it. I'd rather have a tanking season or 2 than be in the middle and never be good enough for a good run. 57 seconds left to go in the second period. 5-1 Edmonton. Yeah, Draisaitl's limping. Oh, he can't even push. I don't want to see Draisaitl on Thursday if he can't push off his skate. Love the kid to death.
5 seconds left as McMahon flips one off the glass and through Ekholm.
27 seconds left to go in the second period. Take a painkiller, Leon. A quarter zone steroid shot to the thigh will do you just good.
Down low for Connor McDavid. He'll keep it alive against Kesselring. Snapping it back inside. McDavid.
7 seconds left to go in the second period. Looks like we're just coasting. Oh, McDavid almost, Kapanen this time almost makes it a late second goal. Whoo! What a period. Now, I want to preface this. Be prefacent. Out-of-town scoreboard. There's a lot to talk about in the out-of-town side of things. Thank you guys for all being here. My name is Matt for OilersFanReaction. Everybody watching, thank you for being here. If this is the first time here, please subscribe, share, like, comment, tell all your friends. This guy's a whack job. He's only crazy sometimes. End of 1, Canucks 3, Jets 1. Overtime, Ducks Stars 3-3. Halfway through the third period, the Kraken 6, the Blackhawks 2. Make it a final, 4-1 Blues over the Predators. Canadiens 6, the Senators 3. The Flames 2, the Rangers 1. The Islanders 4, the Penguins 2. The Capitals 4, the Red Wings 1. Because he's German. Why is Draisaitl still playing? Because he's German and we don't know any better. Unlike Ovechkin, who had a hairline fracture and missed 3 weeks, total of like 10 games. That's another conversation for another day on Ovechkin that I just don't want to have because the guy's a douche. Anywho's is, I'm going to get a pencil and I'll be back. Enjoy the Ritz. the Chicago Bedard scored? Cool. Alright. So, speaking of the Chicago Bedards, who wants Connor Bedard out of there? Like, that guy is in hell right now. He seems like he wants out. He just got himself a 10-minute misconduct the other day for beaking at the soft referees. They're doing everything they could. What they did wrong was they brought in a bunch of veterans last year, like Taylor Hall, like Foligno. I can't remember how many other. They brought in like 4 or 5 veterans to help Bedard. I think it would have been better for them to just have all rookies and all like young players and let them grow together. But I understand the other aspect too. Like, you don't want to look like you're losing to lose. You don't want to be that team. Really? You tell him. You tell him I'm coming. And I'm bringing hell with me. No. Keep your grubby hands to yourself. Bye. Where are you going? Where are you going? Hiding? You're not wrong, Noah. The Sharks are doing it the exact right way. You're not wrong. They're doing it the right way. But, yeah. I said it all along. I said it when they drafted him. He's not going to be the next McDavid. He's not going to be the next Crosby. He might be as good as Matthews or Marner, but he's not the next great one. We're giving exceptional status to too many kids right now. In the WHL, the OHL. We're just handing them out, giving 14, 15-year-olds like it's candy right now, and that's part of the reason why Canadian hockey is suffering long term. You're not wrong. I would take Celebrini and a rebuild over Bedard. What? I'm scared of what San Jose can be in the next 3 years. Honestly, I am worried about what the Sharks will be in the next 3, 4 years. Yeah. Really. But that's just me. I could be that guy that worries for nothing. Again, thank you guys for all being here. My name is Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. This is Rosie. You're not wrong about the Rangers. And there's no need for the Rangers to do that. Really? Really? No, my hat. My hat. My hat. Get your own hat. Hey, you guys. Hey, you What do you mean chin up? What are you looking at? That's my chin. That's my chin. No. Why are you still awake? It's bedtime. It's bedtime. Go to sleep, you little creep. Close your beady little eyes. Have a nightmare. See if I care. I hope your teddy bear dies. Go to sleep, you little creep. Close your beady little eyes. Have a nightmare. See if I care. I hope your teddy bear dies. Mum. What do you mean, mum? Do you think Gabe? I don't know. I'm hoping so. I mean, that's a prospect that needs to pan out. Yeah. That's honestly a prospect that does need to pan out, though. What? Why are you screaming at me? I mean, he is your guys' first round pick. From what I've seen of him from college, he looks like a pretty good young player. He did pretty good with USA and the World Juniors. Is that Bernie Perrant's grandson? You probably don't even know who Bernie Perrant is. Okay, are you done? Are you done? You want to go home? You want to go home? Mama. What about mama? Ba. Yeah, I know he's a Rangers prospect. You guys drafted him in the first round. Yeah, no, he's going to be a good hockey player. I don't know if he's going to pan out, but he's going to be something. Like, I'm glad that the NHL is looking at the college route a lot more than just the CHL route. And I'm glad the Canadians are going down there. Your brother says hi. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? Or do you want to say bye? Bye-bye. Where are you going? Jesus. Yes. Third period underway.
As in time, one McDavid, one Hyman for sure, and Janmark. So he stopped 3 actually of the breakaways. And the 2-1 penalty they were scored on. Connor
McDavid, a three-point night. Same can be said for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Zach Hyman has scored twice. You saw Draisaitl hunched over, and you heard Bob and Joaquin talk about his keenness to stay in the game, despite being clearly bothered by something. Is not on the score sheet as of yet, although I'm sure his teammates will be looking to remedy that in the final 20 minutes as the Oilers look to close out a third consecutive victory over Utah this season. Rallied for a 4-3 overtime win back in November. Put the Utah Hockey Club away here at Rogers Place 4-1 on New Year's Eve. And in command throughout the evening tonight, McDavid and Bouchard is on the third.
Passes it to Skinner, gets Skinner, shot, save!
Setting up Jeff Skinner for a good chance. Handcuff stopper, but he made the save. Here's a shot by Ekholm.
Ekholm shoots and scores! 6-1 Edmonton!
Matthias Ekholm. What a return, a goal and 2 assists.
3-point night for Ekholm.
Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna be a buzz like I had last week. I must stay because coffee is cheap. I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know they get sweeter. So what can I do? I really value my lord. To me, flirting is just like a boy. Anything it's all good. Let me jump in and sing in the trumpet. A little bit of
33 seconds, an icing call against Utah.
Ekholm assisted by Hyman
and
at
Ekholm
33
both
seconds
join
of
the
the
parade of
third
3-point men.
period.
So that's 4 players with a 3-point night for the Edmonton Oilers and a 6-1 bulge on the scoreboard.
I might be better. You might be.
And again, it's just staying in the hunt for the puck. Skinner's right in front. Does a nice
Really?
job not to interfere with Stopper until that puck crosses the line. But for Ekholm, he walks in and picks his spot and buries it.
I don't put you to bed at night.
Jeff Skinner had a chance
I
earlier
don't make you
on the
sleep through
shift.
night.
Now on
Whoop.
the draw, Corey Perry.
Here comes Corey Perry.
Sling that one on net. Krause jabbing at it up the left-hand side. Put too
Yeah,
much
they are,
on it.
Joe.
It's
They are
icing
beating the
against
piss out of
Utah. And this is one of those dual meaning sort of games. Obviously, Edmonton, Louis, you talked about it, as connected a game as they've played in a couple of months.
All right.
And for
I gotta take you
Utah,
upstairs
I
'cause
gotta
you gotta
say it, bit of a step
get the
back.
UBG out.
Andre Tourigny will not be happy with the way they showed up here tonight.
And it's been a tough matchup for Utah, formerly the Arizona Coyotes and Phoenix Coyotes, up against Edmonton. Edmonton has feasted on Arizona, especially the last few years, as Edmonton has gotten better. They were in a rebuilding stage and trying to find their game, but they have taken a big step. But I agree with you, Jack. It's a little bit of a step back here for the momentum they've developed here. 6-2-2 in the last 10 coming into this game tonight.
Krause out to Sergachev, a wrist shot, painful block. I think Woolman got it. Battle for in the corner. McBain centers. What a
Wow,
chance.
that just missed.
Josh
Not
Dolan
push past the
finish
fish.
against Calvin Pickard.
Thank you, Calvin Pickard. Lucky that was connected. We got 18 and a half minutes left to go in regulation. 6-1 Edmonton. As I just hit puberty for the third time in the stream. Yes, I'm gonna take you
7th
upstairs.
time this year the Oilers
Are you
have
finally
hit
ready for
6
bed?
on the scoreboard. But again, the first time since January the 23rd, first time they've had any sort of breathing room in a presumed victory since that date. Centering pass looking for Schmaltz, that doesn't go.
Reno and Sergachev behind the net.
One-timer and a save made by goaltender Calvin Pickard. And Andre Tourigny, I mean, he did have some concerns about the schedule coming down the stretch. And you see Utah kind of in the middle of the pack. St. Louis, though, that's the key. They're a Western Conference contender, Louis, and I know you've got a stake in this as well.
I'm keeping a little bit of an eye on the Vancouver team. I know they're up 3-1, but like we said, it's getting really tight to make some ground in the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference this time of the year with every team right around the field.
Oh, big hit. Jersey had shoulder surgery earlier this season, and he went into the boards hard there.
And I think it was just, he just got tangled up with Todd Colton. But obviously Edmonton, you saw on that list, has a fairly easy schedule as far as teams that are out of the playoffs and on the outside looking in.
Won't be easy Thursday.
No, they have some difficult ones as well. They're all different.
Here's a steal and a quick backhanded flick home. Victor Arvidsson with goals in back-to-back games. And Edmonton running Utah right out of the building. It's 7-1.
Oilers score 7-1.
Sean Durst
Arvidsson.
after that collision into the boards.
Sorry, guys.
And it was big puck goals, and that kind of was on the hunt for the puck, and then he goes in. This is just stay with the boundary puck. I mean, and again, it's just the swarming nature of Edmonton in this game tonight. They've been all over it. They've really been good at tracking and getting on the puck carrier and taking that time and space away. And this puck, again, in a real dangerous area, isn't dealt with well enough by Utah. And they pay the ultimate price for that one as Arvidsson walks in and chips it home to the backhand side. Says, thank you very much. 7-1.
There's another chance. Yammer streaks in. Pulls it back. Can't wrap around hold on. The toe of his blade.
And Rita, and as I continue, you know they get sweeter. So what can I do? I really value my lord. To me, nothing is just like a boy. Anything is all good, let me.
Wow. I go upstairs to take the baby up,
Early in the year when we talked to Andre Torini, he talked
and
about
holy smokes, this team explodes. What's good, Edmund? Apparently the Oilers. You just got to call up Derek Ryan, and they go out for a freaking skate. Love to see that.
Tonight it's gone away again. It seems like every shift is a breakaway.
Bouchard walks in. McDavid at his pocket.
McDavid gets the puck stolen from him this time. 2-on-1 Utah save made by Picard.
Good save.
Goals by Hopkins, Hyman, McDavid, Hyman, Podkolzin. Drury scores for Utah. And Ekholm and Arvidsson unassisted. Ekholm with his 9th.
Quote-unquote backup goaltenders having a better year than him. No. When your number 2 guy has 17 wins, and it's not due to injury or anything of that nature, you're getting a heck of a year.
Arvidsson gets his 10th. Apparently it's unassisted. 7-1 Edmonton.
7-1 Edmonton.
This period brought to you by Legacy Heating and Cooling, home of no payments, no interest for 1 year.
So the question was,
well, here it is again. As Keller gets this puck, he's looking, where can I go?
How many
with this?
points for
Sometimes
Nuge?
when you're in the middle,
1,
a lot of players
2,
like, I don't want to throw this away. But that little
3.
hesitation, the forecheck,
3 points tonight, 3 points the other night, 6 points in 2 games. That's insane.
You wonder whether Podkolzin is going to end up getting a assist there. His stick was right there. Kind of impossible to tell whether it actually
We might do a 10-goal blowout. I hope not. That's just too much.
But Colson, of course, with that second period goal, his first.
Hyman Hattie. Hey, I'd be okay with a Hyman Hattie. I would be okay with a Hyman Hattie and a Hopkins assist on it. At least I got $450 out of here play today. Hey, Leon for Fitty. Yeah, no, absolutely, right? Like, we saw it coming. They played good against New Jersey, didn't get the win. They played good enough to get the win in regulation against the Islanders, got the win in overtime. Kind of destroyed the Rangers, not going to lie. And now they're just pumping Utah. Winnipeg, you're next. What a hit there by Kulak. Damn. And Bouchard gives the puck away. Sorry, Nurse gave the puck away. You know what, I wouldn't say I had a good feeling about today, but I knew today was going to be a win. I would like to see what they do on Thursday against the Winnipeg Hockey Club. Sorry, the Winnipeg Jets. They're not all called the name your state or province, town hockey club. I still want to call them the Arizona Coyotes.
Oilers have not seen the Jets since opening night.
I still am wanting to call them the Arizona Coyotes. I don't know why. It's just.
And for the first month for Edmonton, absolutely, they came in and they were on fire. And I think that, you know, people thought they were the underdog coming in, a team that's maybe going to have a difficult season. They proved everybody wrong, and they have not played.
I don't think he's giving the puck away. That was Nurse. I honestly think since we started doing that, he's played better. Not perfect, obviously. No player is perfect. But he's played better. I think he heard of us using it. He's like, I don't want that on anybody's screen. I don't want that on the internet. Good block. Speaking of Bouchard, good block shot by big old number 2. Big save by Picard. Another block shot by number 2. Oh my goodness! Was that in the net?
And Adam Henrique has drawn a penalty for sure.
Adam Henrique might have drawn a penalty, but I think Kapanen might have scored to make it 8-1. We're going to look at it.
This game well in hand. What an individual effort from Adam Henrique.
I don't know. I want to look. Come on, show us.
One more time, step by step.
Place the container under it. And
We done ass whooping them. We ain't done yet. Game ain't over. You don't stop punching until the final. You think that's in? Yeah, so do I. I honestly think that's in, but I don't want to be premature about it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that dick. I'm a believer in don't kick them down when they're down. Don't kick a dead dog when it's already down. Don't beat a dead horse. Unfortunately, Utah, you're getting beat like the dead horse. It's like I say, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, but you never want to be the thumb. Yeah, I didn't hear a post either. That's what makes me think, Nick, that went in. I didn't hear a post, and usually if that goes off post, you hear it. It's either an Oilers power play or an Oilers goal. We're about to find out when we come back. Because it's halfway through the third period and it's their planned commercial breaks. Ad break? You are young. Ad break? This ad break brought to you by Ozempic. Lose weight. Oh, they reviewed it and called it a holding. Oilers be on their third power play. I love it.
But here's an example of players that have come from that state and played in the NHL, including Richard Bachman, who spent some time with the
Richard Bachman. Who remembers that guy being an Oiler? Funny enough, he's wearing number 30. Who wears number 30 for the Oilers now? Calvin. Beekar.
They're fans of the NHL, but despite that, with the score 7-1, I don't think there'll be any Bachman-Turner overtime.
Yeah, they gotta shovel snow.
Care of business tonight, Gene. And it's 7-1. Draisaitl out there on the power play. This is a plan to get in 50 if at all possible in this game.
0 for 2 on the power play for the Oilers. 6 shots. Draisaitl's out there to get his 50th. Yeah, I agree, Nerd. I agree. It would be nice if they let us see the replay. But they're not even talking about it, which is disappointing. Thank you, Stu Skinner.
He's still looking to be the setup.
He's got a front row seat.
Nurse and Draisaitl trade the puck. Down low for Perry. Back to Draisaitl. Nurse loading, shooting wide. Rebound to Jeff Skinner. 12:20 to go in the hockey game. Minute 10 of the penalty to Ian.
That is, I wouldn't know, to be honest with you. That's
a blast, a save made.
1 minute left to go in the power play. 12-13 left to go in the third period. 7-1 Edmonton.
Now
Richard Bachman. A pen name for Stephen King.
The top unit come on.
I don't know enough about writing to know enough about writing. My wife would know more about that.
Draisaitl on the ice. Oilers 3 in the first, 2 in the second.
I don't read books.
In the third. And 3-point nights.
I can't read too good, so I can barely speak the English language, let alone read it.
The Bulls of Arvidsson round out the scoring for the Oilers. And now they'll draw one back to Bouchard. McDavid. Draisaitl camped out in the slot. Back to McDavid. In front to Hyman. McDavid. Draisaitl, 4 Utah players collapse on him. McDavid loaded, shooting. Just to try to keep Utah honest and open up space for Draisaitl. Jersey recovers the puck and lasers it up the right-hand side. That was a box and none. In other words, they weren't worried about anyone else.
Like the first period, Logan Dooley did not leave him alone the entire time. And
here's McDavid. Trying to chip it in front for Draisaitl and getting the stick on it was Stopper. That was a nifty play.
That would have been the pass right there.
Bouchard. McDavid up top. Draisaitl landing on one time.
Yeah, they're looking for his 50. Don't do that, though. Let's not be the Capitals with Ovechkin.
Everyone in the building knows where it's going. And the power play will come to an end as Draisaitl sets up McDavid back in front of Draisaitl, slapped it wide. Then back to McDavid. Spin move on Sergachev.
McDavid can really dangle that puck when he wants to.
Just wide by Hyman, looking for the hat trick. Lead pass, Marino, and back to the Edmonton blue line. Bouchard gained the line, dropped it off. Draisaitl will take it to the net. Backhander short side. A save made.
Okay, Draisaitl, get off the ice, man. We know you want 50 tonight. There's still 10 minutes. Favorite Oilers player? That guy right there of this Oilers lineup. Favorite Oilers player of all time? Glenn Anderson. Favorite Oiler goalie of all time? Grant Fuhr. Second favorite Oiler goalie of all time? Bill Ranford.
Oilers will move within 2 points of the Pacific Division lead. Got some more help last night as LA was beaten.
So yeah, I know the Wayne Gretzky, Connor McDavids are flashy, but the Deutschland Dangler has a place in my heart, always will. And when people were saying he wasn't going to resign in Edmonton, I had to pump the brakes right away and say he's already signed the contract. It's just waiting for the time to say it. Much like McDavid, he's already signed the contract. It's just waiting for the time and the money and the stuff to open up to announce it. Bad giveaway by Calvin Pickard. Good save made by Calvin Pickard. If you're going to create the problem, you better fix the problem.
Flipped it in from center. Not afraid to clean up his own mess. Nope. Ian Cole up the right-hand side. Clayton Keller back towards center.
What's your favorite player, guys? Who's your favorite? Voice, again, just hit puberty for the 4th time. Who's your guys' favorite Oiler player right now? And who's your guys' favorite Oiler player all time?
Their way into the playoffs, and they didn't get any help tonight. Calgary and St. Louis both winning, and as Louis mentioned, Vancouver at last report leading Winnipeg. Now 3-2 that score. Draisaitl gains the line. Cross-side stolen away from Bouchard.
And for those of you guys that cheer for other teams, who's your favorite player on your current team? And who's your favorite player all time of your favorite team? Block shot by Corey Perry on his own teammate. Ekholm looking for his second goal. Well, you know, it's a good answer.
Ekholm looked refreshed tonight, Louis. Unbelievable. He has been so involved in this game.
Poke checked away by Carconi.
Ooh. Can never go wrong with the Finnish Gary Curry.
Down to 8 minutes left.
Like, Tommy Salo.
3 consecutive 20-goal campaigns.
Nick, yeah. I love the copper and blue. Like, I still wish we had copper and blue jerseys.
Draisaitl across to Bouchard. Looking right outside for Perry. A collision with Cooley. Puck winds up on the stick of
Hurts my groin. No, don't do that though. Like, how's the power play tonight? Broken. 0 for 3. The PK is 1 is 4 for 4 with a shorthanded goal.
Across to Darnell Nurse, a shot off the rush is going to be squeezed by Jackson Stauber.
Yaroslav. Oh yes.
facing 26 shots. But
I'm going to be honest with you, though. I understand your frustration with Wayne Gretzky, nerd, but there's more to the story than what everybody's saying. Everybody wants to bash Wayne Gretzky for what's going on. I'm not going to. He's still one of my favorite human beings. He's still one of my favorite hockey players. He is my second all-time Oiler. All-time. I have to go with Glenn Anderson just because Glenn Anderson fits more of the play style that I was. Wayne Gretzky was a tall, kind of flashy type of player. You guys see me. I'm not flashy. There's nothing flashy about me. That's why the grit of Glenn Anderson always appealed to me. That, and I met Glenn Anderson in person. There's a picture of me being a little wee baby in Glenn Anderson's arm at a gas station. When they won the cup, they were in a bus going through small town Saskatchewan. So, yeah. Some players got off the bus, and I have a picture of me with Glenn Anderson. Greatest picture of all time. Dougie Weight. Jay, you're not wrong. Doug Weight, another good Oilers captain, another solid pick. No, I get you. I get you with the political side of Gretzky. There's a lot of people that have sold off a lot of their Gretzky merch because of his affiliation with the orange guy. I don't know. Like I said to people, one aspect of your life isn't going to make me hate you or love you. I know a lot of nice people that are criminals, and I know a lot of criminals that are nice people. I know a lot of nice people that are douches, and I know a lot of people that other people think are bad that yeah, but I get it. I get both sides. Like, I've lived a life of both. I've been fortunate enough to have two sides to my life.
4 Oilers with a 3-point night.
And that's icing against Utah.
The lineup with a 3-pointer, and that's the 6th of his career. 7-1.
We were all young and dumb once, right, guys? Some of us still are young. But I was definitely one of those young and dumb kind of guys.
New players start with 100 free spins.
Face-off dropped unfairly.
Jackson Stopper awaiting a face-off.
I just can't believe it's 7-1 Edmonton, man. Like, it's crazy to me.
7-1 seems apropos.
When was the last time the Oilers scored more than 3 or 4 goals a game? That's the real question. When was the last time this team scored more than 3?
Here's McDavid.
In a winning effort.
That was her biggest hit, I believe. Lead
Oh,
pass,
dance with
Alex Kerfoot. Driving in left-hand side. Dropped it off. Open Schmaltz. And kicked aside by Calvin Pickard.
Calvin Pickard makes a save there.
Quality start. 25 stops for Pickard. Yeah, he's got a ton of support. But still, rock solid. Nurse to Nugent Hopkins. His shot into a crowd.
We rely on the other aspects of the game. If our power play is lacking, our penalty kill better pick it up. And the same goes for everything else. If we're taking penalties and we're getting scored on,
and I think that puck play with a high
our power play better be scoring. Our 5-on-5 better be good. Our goaltending better be sufficient enough. Our defense better be blocking shots.
Proud partner and fan of the NHL.
Well, we know which one it is. It's a slingshot goal. That corner to Bouchard.
That's a good stat there, Dow. That is a really good stat.
He knew time was running out. He said, I'm going for it. If it gets to me, look out. And boy, did he ever finish in tight, too. Little backhand chip on the breakaway. One of, I believe,
I think the PK has definitely come along. It's taken a minute to get good. But I think we finally found the pieces that'll make it work. Losing McLeod and Fogle affected the PK more than anything else, the 5-on-5, because they were our penalty killers.
A 3-1 victory, getting a late goal from McDavid Sunday at MSG. Snoblock quite pleased. His Oilers in command.
Like, Fogle and McLeod were the PK guys. I mean, they don't fight in playoffs, though, man. That'd be cool to see. It'd be cool if somebody dropped the gloves with Nurse every game. I just don't think that's a viable option.
Breaking along.
I'm sure. As I yawn, I apologize, guys.
Feeling better about his game with goals and back-to-back.
But that would be cool to see, though, a fight every playoff game. Right up my alley.
Well, this line's been good, too. Ever since they've been put together, Arvidsson with Potholes and Nugent Hopkins.
That was a hand pass. Oh, they missed it.
And I think for Nugent Hopkins,
as long as the Oilers don't score here, that would be great.
He gets that puck and he's going. He's looking to make the play. He's looking to find space. He's looking to drive the puck to the net. And
another break for Janmark. Oh! Sorry, that was Kapanen. That's his third breakaway tonight for Kapanen. Man, whatever he drank on the plane ride back from the East Coast.
Jersey may be guilty of icing here. I think the other thing about Nugent Hopkins is whenever he's been quiet historically, you move him to center and all of a sudden he gets the feet moving.
You're here.
He's had great success on the left-hand side. That top line was dominant in a lot of portions over the last couple of seasons.
Hey, 7-1 Edmonton.
For me, I just think here's that great spin move.
We are up by 6. Your TV does not lie. Your eyes do not deceive you.
He's really finding chances every
the Oilers are up 7-1.
To create that separation. But for Nugent Hopkins, same thing. When you're center, you're skating a little more.
7 goals ties the season high.
But it's always been a little bit of the offensive side. Nugent has always been great defensively. It's about producing, and when he starts to attack, starts to challenge, starts to make those
5 minutes left to go in the third period. 41-26 are the shots.
It's a matter of time. Leon Draisaitl on the Oilers in charge.
You're not lying. You are not lying when you say we've had enough. We've had enough. No mas, the Oilers said. Oh. Don't be sorry, man. Never be sorry. You're here, you show up, you say hi, you say bye. Never be sorry, man. You have a life outside of this. Yeah, you're not wrong. Leon getting a tweak in his leg definitely is probably the only downside of this hockey game. Everything else is roses. It's going to be hard to pick one bad thing about this game. Like, when I do my critiques at the end with the post-game videos, I like to pick 2 good things and 1 bad thing. Or 3 or 4 good things and 2 bad things. Lately, it's been like 5 bad things and try and find a positive. But today, it's like a lot of positive, try and find the negative. And I don't think there is one aside from Leon getting hurt. And that's not really a negative. That's just circumstances.
Turnover past Ekholm on the goal here in the third period. He had a breakaway, could have had the hat trick multiple times. 6 shots on net, 9 opportunities. I mean, that's a night.
Wonder what Oilers fans are going to find to complain about tonight. Sure, there's a few of them that are complaining about something.
Really, the only lasting suspense is whether or not Draisaitl will get 50 or Hyman maybe a hat trick, a wrist shot off the rush, stopped by Stauber. Hyman up to 24 goals on the season now. Sergachev shoots it.
That's a bad look.
Krause sees it bumped back by Doan, who takes a shot that's stopped by Pickard. Rebound, Marino to the net. Another save. Krause.
Oilers getting hemmed in now. It's good to see Utah giving them a little bit of punch.
Marino.
And then they turn the puck over. Yeah, you can see Draisaitl lifting his leg up.
4 minutes remaining.
He's on one leg out there, man. Like, don't play Thursday, Draisaitl.
3-0 after
Please.
1, 5-1 after 2.
Take the rest of the week off.
First time in nearly 2 months. Enjoy a breather
Hyman hit a hat trick.
in a win.
Let Draisaitl get a goal that's means something in a meaningful game. Get his 50th in a meaningful game.
Settled by Cooley, Dursey. On to Gargoni. Dursey, the only man to beat Calvin Picker tonight. This
You know what I mean? Like,
there. Wallman blocked it.
you don't want a milestone goal in a game that's a blowout.
Under pressure.
Because it's just 1 of 8, 1 of 9, 1 of 10. Wow, what a save by Picard. To me personally, that's how I see it.
Where it was, but still got his body in front of it. There's the outlet to Adam Henry.
Awkward looking save, but he made it.
That's what made Gretzky's 39 goals in 50 games so amazing.
Well, Pickard at age 32, he's more of an old school guy, Louis. I wouldn't
Like, that to me is still a stat that is unbelievable.
He's an active
39 goals in 50 games.
Yes, very popular.
You could talk about Ovi breaking his goal record all you want, but he's not going to be Wayne Gretzky. Never will be. Gretzky is the GOAT for a reason.
And Reed on Long Island that created the breakaway for Leon Draisaitl. Here's McDavid. Kulak tried to drop it down low. McDavid rolling to the net, forcing one just wide. Schmaltz up.
2.5 minutes left to go. Offside against Utah.
9 points on the season as we've got an offside levied against Utah.
Wondering about Ozempic?
Excuse
Just
me.
ask your doctor.
Well, Jake Wallman's been so willing to get in front of shots since he's been on board with Edmonton and throughout his career. Something that I didn't know quite that he was that much of a shot blocker, but he got hit with that one in a soft spot. Looked like the arm a little bit, and was a little bit in some pain going back to the bench.
We've got a high stick on Pickard.
Holy shite! Picard's like, what the hell are you doing, man?
He was trying to lift the stick, though, I believe, to tip this puck. And I think that because Pickard was coming out aggressively, I don't think Krause would. This wasn't a high stick deliberately on the head of Pickard, but there's no Zergachev shot again. He likes to put it under the bar.
Was that
It
actually
looks like it might be Stetcher's stick that, as he was in the battle with Krause here. Yeah, it's Stetcher's stick that comes back. A little friendly fire.
And I think they talked about it. The referee's arm was up, and they're going to wave this off.
Yep.
And keep it 5-on-5. And now Graham Skillard, who got some help, is relaying that conversation to Chris Knobloch to explain why 5-on-5.
Troy Stetcher took his own goalie's helmet off.
Talked to him this morning, Louis, and he said the one thing he
You sure? Calvin was like, you sure it's my own guy? All right, he's buying me dinner for the next month. Dinner's on Troy Stetcher for a month. Awesome. I love it. Good conversation by the ref. We need to see that more often by the refs. More transparency.
So well thought out and structured.
Good non-call. Troy Stetcher almost takes his own goalie's head off.
Right from the forwards,
I always tell people, keep your sticks down.
They literally have to beg him
Keep
not
your
to go
sticks
there.
on the ice and nothing bad will ever happen to
He
you.
wants to be on the ice. He wants to be ready. And
Again, thank you guys for all being here, man. My name is Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. We got 2 minutes left to go in regulation on a 7-1 blowout for the Oilers. Shots are 42-30 for the Oilers. Both teams are 0 for. Oilers are 0 for 3. Utah's 0 for 4. Oilers have a short-handed goal, thanks to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Goal scored by Hopkins, short-handed, unassisted. Hyman, McDavid, Hopkins is the assist. McDavid, Bouchard, Ekholm. Going on to the second period, Hyman gets his 23rd, assisted by Ekholm. Podkolzin gets his,
You don't see someone waiting for the paramedics to get in
assisted
there.
by
Right
Hopkins.
away, they're looking for the puck.
Jersey is the lone Utah goal scorer.
That's a good sign. They obviously. Ooh, that
Exactly,
came
Del.
off the crowd.
Keep your sticks on the ice and your elbows up and good things will happen.
Against Cooley.
In the third period, Ekholm gets his 9th assisted by Hyman, and Arvidsson gets his 10th unassisted. 7-1 Edmonton. And in between all of that, Nurse gets a fight win.
Leon Draisaitl, Wallman seals it. Gives it up for Hyman, trying to use the screen from Myanmar. Laid back to Wallman.
Draisaitl's point streak may come to an end. That's another thing that was on the line tonight. Draisaitl's 19th game. Getting a point. That might end tonight. That's why they're trying so hard to get him that point. 50th goal and 19th game point streak. Damn. I just remembered that in my head. It would have tied Wayne Gretzky for longest all time as an Oiler.
This is a little sandwich here as Kesserling tries to split the defense. He gets sandwiched between Darnell Nurse and Brett Gulak.
But when you get a stinger on your leg
perfect defensive play here.
early in the game, that's tough to skate with.
Weathers the first contact with both of them. They're playing solid defense.
It was Pizza 73. It's now Pizza 74.
Lofted up ice by Jersey. Big bounce eludes Carcone. Jeff Skinner building speed through the neutral zone.
47 seconds left to go in the game. I want Draisaitl to get an assist. Just keep the point streak going.
Well, a chance for the Oilers to atone for a tough opening night on Thursday. And they'll do it off the confidence of a convincing victory over a Utah hockey club that desperately needed a win tonight and won't come close to getting it. Dylan Gunther, 20 seconds. Out to Cole, across. Clayton Keller will shovel it down low. Mata inside, a one-timer off the side of the net. Rebound flipped in front. And that's going to be picked off by Jeff Skinner. Retrieved by Utah. Mata across. Gunther at the horn. A shot swallowed up by Picker. Paddles it into the corner. And the Edmonton Oilers, without Leon.
There goes Draisaitl's 18-game win point streak, though. It's okay. A win's a win. Oilers win. Let's play some La Bamba, baby. No, we'll get it when the game matters. Yeah, absolutely. It's for Skinner.
Yeah, big night for Edmonton here. They came out flying out of the gates, and you expected.
Let's go, Chemo. Let's go for sure. Honestly, guys, I'm going to be very transparent and honest with you. I'm glad. Part of me is kind of glad that Draisaitl didn't get his 50th goal in this type of win. Let me go big here for a second. Hey, folks, how's it going? Just because it would have been a goal that meant nothing. Okay, cool, you got your 50th goal in a lopsided, mean-nothing game. Get the first goal next game, if you play, and make it mean something, right? Like, don't be that one goal of many. Be that one goal of one or two. That's just my thoughts. If Draisaitl plays next game, I really hope he does. The Oilers are now 2 points out of first place in the Pacific Division. Look at that, folks. Everybody counted them out. Oh, this team's a wild card team at best. This team might not even make the playoffs. Shh. This team is going to win the Pacific Division, like I've said all along. We're going to play Minnesota round 1. We're going to go on and play either Winnipeg or Vancouver round 2. Anywho's these guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday when we have the Winnipeg Jets in town. Jets are in Edmonton on Thursday. Game 69. That is a 7 o'clock start. Again, my name is Matt for OilersFanReaction. We'll see you then. Thanks for being here. Doses. Before I go. Out of town scoreboard. Let's go take a gander at that, eh? Just a little gander. Because there are some games that are of importance tonight. The Vancouver Canucks are up 5-2 on the Winnipeg Jets after 2. The Senators lose the Canadiens 6-3. The Flames beat the Rangers 2-1. The Islanders beat the Penguins 4-2. The Capitals beat the Wings 4-1. The Predators lose to the Blues 4-1. The Stars beat the Ducks 4-3 in overtime. The Kraken beat Chicago 6-2. And the Oilers beat the Utah Hockey Club 7-1. Now that you got it good and understood, I'm out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you guys Thursday.